Oh, good day to you. I'll be with you in a minute. Just got to text my daughter here. She's at college. She's going to Millersville University. She's a freshman and just want to make sure she's all right. All right, hold on. I see something just came in from Facebook here. Just one sec. Yeah, right. Okay, welcome to social media. Yeah, this is a class that is unlike any class that you've ever had before. This class is officially called Critical Perspectives on Social Media Use. I designed the class. My name is Rob McKenzie. I'm the chair of the Communication Studies Department, and I designed this class to help us understand what kinds of effects social media use are having on the way that we think, the way that we believe, and the way that we feel. That, in essence, is what this class is all about. It's a distance ed class. There's 40 students in it, and we're going to have a rockin' time. I can guarantee you that. It's an experimental class, so there's a lot of things that will be changed, I'm sure, as we go along, because it's the first time this class is being rolled out. That makes it both exciting and also a little bit scary, even from my point of view, the instructor's point of view. So what I want to do in this brief video today is to talk about what's involved in the class, essentially by going over the syllabus. If you want to pause this video now and bring up the syllabus or look at your printed out copy, that's a good time to do that. And then at the end, I want to give you your first two assignments. Okay, so let's talk first, before we even go into the syllabus, just a little bit about social media use and what's happened to it. Essentially, it has taken over our lives in many respects. And in fact, the people who design content to go on social media and also to go on television and also to go on computer screens, laptops, and desktops, the people who design content refer to this as the first screen in your life, the first screen. That is, it's the first thing that you do when you wake up. In fact, many of you wake up by your phone. And then what are you doing? You're checking your phone. You're getting on your social media, whatever that social media is. It's your first screen. Your second screen is your laptop. Your third screen is your television, and so on. That just shows you how central social media use possibly is via the phone, because it is primarily the phone that has brought to life social media, because you carry it around with you everywhere and it makes your life portable. You can be instantly in touch with your friends wherever you are through your phone. It's a portable device that you carry with you wherever you go, and it makes it social for that reason, because you always have it on you. So social media has exploded into our lives. It doesn't take much for you to notice it. You're sitting around in your dorm room or your apartment later today, and are people talking? No, they're texting probably. And maybe even texting about you to somebody else who's in another state or another city. We also see people just breaking into conversation in stores on their phone, and then getting off the phone and then texting. So the first screen has made social media use prevalent in our lives, and that's why we're going to study it in this class. Now on to the syllabus. Let's talk about the syllabus. At the top of the syllabus, I've got all my contact information for you there. As the chair of the Department of Communication Studies, I do meet with students by appointment, and you'll have to schedule those appointments with Marina Cameron. You can try and drop by my hours, but I really prefer you to have an appointment, because I have a lot of different appointments that are being made all the time for various reasons with students. All right, this course description breaks down basically like this. Students in this class will study a variety of critical perspectives to analyze and interpret how social media use affects human thoughts, behaviors, and feelings. The critical perspectives part of this sentence is very important. We're going to be studying those perspectives in the book readings. Desire to learn is the next thing talked about on the syllabus. Desire to learn, or D2L, is going to be used to facilitate this course. We'll be using it all semester long, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. There's some departmental outcomes that are on the syllabus next. I'm going to let you read those over. Using video as a vehicle to go over those will become too tedious. There's also some course outcomes that I want you to take a look at. Again, there's a lot of things that are listed under there, so please read each and every one of them. They're speaking to you in your language, I hope, so that you can understand what I'm specifically trying to accomplish when this course is over. And then I have a phrase, I guess you'd call it a paragraph about social media. I'm defining social media. I use it in this class to refer to websites and apps that are used on cell phones and computers to connect users with each other. That's basically it. And when I use the term post in this class, I know some people, especially Twitter users, for example, get upset when you talk about posting on Twitter. You don't post on Twitter, you tweet on Twitter. When I use post, I'm going to use it generically to mean anything that you put on any social media, Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, anything. That's going to, when I refer to a post, I'm just referring to it generically for that reason. All right, next up on the syllabus, going to page 2 now, are the readings for the course. There's 3 books that you're going to be reading from, and yes, you will be reading from them if you want to pass the class. This is not one of those college classes where there's books on the syllabus and the professor never uses them. I use the books in this class. In fact, you're going to be graded on your use of the concepts in the chapters in the books applying to the use of social media. More about that in a few minutes. At any rate, you've got the 3 books there. You've got Critical Media Studies. That's where the perspectives will come from. You've got the Social Media Industries. That will tell you a lot about how this industry of social media has grown up. And then finally, you have a book that I wrote called Rounding Some Corners. This is a book that captures almost 300 newspaper columns that I wrote for the Pocono Record over a period of 3 years. Now, these are not your average columns, as I hope you will find out. I'm not meaning to brag here, but I am telling you that I write these columns, or I wrote these columns, to provoke and stimulate discussion and to take an opposite point of view on very, very common subjects that you'll find in your life. And so, for example, I talk about the idea of burning your body one vein at a time. And I give a recipe for how to cook a piece of meat that's over 200 pounds. And what you do is you put it in a shower. And then after the shower, you blow dry it with a hair dryer. And then you take it outside and grease it up with oil and put it in the sun and roll it over every few minutes while you're listening to music. In other words, I talk about what people do in the name of vanity, tanning, etc., blow drying their hair, and what it's really doing is cooking our body. Just an example, there are many different subjects in that book. We're going to use that book to generate the content to post on social media about, and then we're going to analyze how people are reacting to that content as it's posted on social media. So that's the book, Rounding Some Corners. All right, next up are the assignments for the class. There's no final paper, there's no exam in this class. Basically, you're going to be writing, if I can say so, your ass off all semester long, because you're going to be writing discussion question answers, and you're going to be writing discussion question replies. That's what you're going to be doing twice a week on Mondays and Wednesdays. On Fridays, you're going to be posting something from Rounding Some Corners. I don't want you to carbon copy what I've written. I want you to react in your own way to the subject. I want you to develop your own thinking about something that I've talked about in Rounding Some Corners. And you get to pick the column. You get to go through the table of contents, and whatever headline captures your interest, that's what you read. Each column is only 400 words long. It takes you just a couple minutes to read each column, and you'll be posting about 2 columns on Fridays. Then on Mondays and Wednesdays, as we watch how your post is being responded to on social media, then on Mondays and Wednesdays, we're going to apply concepts from the book to analyze how those posts are being responded to. So that's how the bulk of the course assignments are breaking down into discussion question answers and discussion question replies. The difference between them is I will post a question that you will answer. That is your discussion question answer. And then you will go look at somebody else's answer in the class, and you will post a reply to their answer. So your replies are answering the other students. Your question answers are answering the instructor's question. There's also a project in here that you'll be working on in a team. Each student in this class is going to join one of the social media platform teams. There's 8 platforms. You can see them on your syllabus. There's the big ones, Facebook and Twitter. There's also Pinterest, YouTube, and more. So you get to sign up for one of those today, starting at 12 o'clock. And then you're going to work in that team later on in the class in what I call Project Viral. This is trying to get some content that your team comes up with to go viral and to go mass on the web. And if it ends up on Reddit, if you know what that is, Reddit, then you've been successful. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to assign there. That's one of those unknowns in this exploratory course, experimental course that we'll get to. So you're going to have a Project Viral, and then you will have an analysis paper on Project Viral. I guess that is kind of a final paper, but it's not what I consider to be a traditional final paper. So all of those things together constitute all the assignments for the course. Your discussion questions You'll have 15 of them, one for each week of the semester, and each one will be worth 2.5 points. And I'm going to be dropping the 3 lowest grades for the discussion question answers. Same goes for the discussion replies. I'll be dropping the 3 lowest grades. Okay, Project Viral is worth 20 points, and the analysis paper is worth 20 points. So that's 30 points for the discussion question answers, 30 points for the replies, 20 points for Project Viral, and 20 points for the analysis paper. All right, next up, I have a statement about plagiarism. I do look for plagiarism. There's not really a big opportunity to copy in this class, but since you are going to be using concepts from the book, you want to make sure that when you are using the exact words from the book that you're quoting the book. And that's what I'm going to encourage you to do, to quote the book so that you can show me that you've done the readings when you are answering my discussion questions. But when you're using words up from the book and you're not quoting them, then that's plagiarism. So in that case, you have to put the words in the book into your own words and your own ideas. All right, that pretty much brings me now to the first assignments for the course. Now, the first thing I want you to do is after 12 o'clock today, go sign up for one of the social media platforms. The way that you can do that is you can go to D2L, and then under the Communication tab, there is Discussions. And you'll see all 8 of the social media platforms listed. Only if 5 people have already signed up for one, then don't add your name, because I'm only going to have 5 students in each social media platform. There's 40 students in the class, 8 social media platforms, 5 students in each social media platform team. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you to do. Then next, what I want you to do is to record a 2-minute video, approximately a 2-minute video introducing yourself. And I want you to post that video again under the discussion question link under the Communication tab on D2L. Post your video. You can upload it and post a link to YouTube, however you want to do it. Post your video introducing yourself so that we can all see each other and all get an idea of what kind of people we have in the class. Now, what I want you to talk about in that video is listed on that discussion link that I provided. So you'll see the subject areas that I want you to cover. Make it 2 minutes or thereabouts. And then by the next time we meet on Wednesday, I want you to have responded to everybody else's social media video. So that'll be Wednesday at noon. Our class is always going to begin at noon. You don't have to be online at noon. It's just that the assignments for the day are going to be available starting at noon, and then you have until noon the very next day to complete those assignments. So with the exception of today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to have your introduction video uploaded to D2L by 12 noon tomorrow, Tuesday. And then from Tuesday to Wednesday, I want you to go on and respond to everybody else's video. Just a 1-sentence response, just a first impression of the person. That's what I want you to do when you're responding to their video. Okay, so that'll wrap things up. For those of you who have been wondering, where am I? I'm actually in my backyard, and I'm sitting at the table on the deck. And this is one of the main advantages to social media in the educational setting is you can bring the classroom outside. You can bring the classroom wherever you want when you have social media. All right, so I hope that your semester is off to a really great start. I look forward to all the great things we're going to learn in this class. And if anybody needs to come on and talk to me, then please do. I'm in my office in 322 Monroe Building. Other than that, have a great day.